Good morning, guys. Captain Dylan Hubbard here from Hubbard's Marina. We are talking half-price trips. That's right, half-price trips. We're talking red tide. We're talking a little bit of fishing tips and tricks. We're talking about the hurricanes, the tropical systems, Tropical Storm Florence, what to look out for, what to expect. A lot of interesting stuff on the radar this morning. So pay attention to this live video, guys. We're going to be starting here in a few minutes, and we'll talk to you more about those half-price trips, the tropical systems, and fishing reports. So stay tuned. We're going to be starting here very shortly, guys. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Again, guys, we're going to be starting up here very soon. Just getting this all together. Going to be some half-price fishing trips coming up. We're doing half-price, half-day fishing trips. Going to tell you more about that. Going to talk to you more about Tropical Storm Florence and a little bit more about what's going on with the fishing, guys. Stay tuned. Very shortly, we'll get started. Good morning from everybody here at Hubbard's Marina. This is Captain Dylan Hubbard, Hubbard's Marina's Vice President and co-owner, coming to you live, talking about half-price deals. That's right, half-price deals coming up here at Hubbard's Marina this September. Gonna stay tuned to this video to find out how you can earn half price, 50% off our half-day fishing trip, our dolphin trip, and our Shell Key Ferry. So if you want to learn more about half-price fishing, you want to talk about Tropical Storm Florence, you want some fishing tips and tricks, all that's coming up very shortly, guys. Stay tuned. Happy Saturday morning, and thanks for tuning in. Give me a few seconds here and we'll get rolling. Thanks for watching this morning. Hopefully everybody's having a very happy Saturday morning, and hopefully you're excited for some half-price fishing trip deals. Going to be pretty cool what we got going on here at Hubbard's Marina this September. We're celebrating light loads and celebrating the fact that no red tide is affecting our fishing. And kids are back to school, so it's a great time to get your kid out on the boat and get them excited about this upcoming year at school. Maybe reward them for starting off school right. Give me a few seconds here and we'll get rolling here, guys. Going to talk about Tropical Storm Florence as well. Some really interesting stuff going on with that storm. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about that as well. So hold on 1 second. We'll get rolling. All right. Good morning, guys. How are you this morning? Hopefully you're having a great, happy Saturday morning. I did want to talk to you a little bit about our special email newsletter coming out later today. That's right. We're doing the half price email coupon yet again. Every off season, every slow time of year, we do these half price deals. So if you're ready for some half price fishing trips, that's a 5-hour half day for only $27.50. So you can get 5 hours on the water for less than $30. Get 3 hours of fishing time anywhere from about 9 to 12 miles from Johns Pass. And that's a great option to get out there and enjoy some fishing. We also have our dolphin watching nature cruise and eco tour. It's $24.50 for adults. It's going to be $12.25 for adults with this coupon. We also have our Shell Key ferry trip. It's only $20 for adults. It's going to be $10 with this half price coupon. So this is a great opportunity to get you and your family out in the water and enjoy some fishing, dolphin watching, or a trip to Shell Key for half price. That's all coming out today on our email coupon. If you're not a part of our email newsletter, you can always sign up for that email newsletter on the bottom right-hand side of our website. I'll show you how to do that very shortly. But if you are part of our email newsletter, pay attention to that email that's coming later today, and that'll have all the information on how to get the half price deals. If you're watching this video, you're excited about it, I understand, but you got to wait till that email coupon comes out to get all that information. So don't bother calling the office and asking about it. You got to wait till you have that coupon. If you're not a part of our email newsletter, don't worry. You're going to be able to get a part of that coupon as well, because once the email newsletter goes out, it always gets posted to our website, and I'll show you where that is real quickly. At hubbardsmarina.com, you can go to info, and then you can go to our fishing news. Under info, fishing news, that's where you get to our Hubbard's Marina fishing reports. These are all the different email newsletters that we send out. We send out an email newsletter every Friday, and every single email newsletter has a coupon. The coupon is always at the bottom here, guys. So if you want to get to the coupon, you can always click on our email newsletter and get over to the coupon very simply. Again, that's just info and then fishing news. Once you're at the fishing news page, you can click any of the different fishing reports. So this one's going to be a September, so it's going to be 9/7/18. Again, that's going to be coming out a little bit later today, probably around midday. That email newsletter will go out, and probably later in the day, it'll get posted to our website. And we'll do another live video later today to share with you some of the details on how to get that 50% off deal. Again, that's a 5-hour half day for $27.50. A dolphin watching nature cruise and eco tour. That's an 1.5-hour narrated tour that guarantees dolphin sightings for $12.25. Or that's a trip to Shell Key for a day of shelling, exploring, hanging out on the beach for only $10. So there's great opportunities for you to get out and enjoy the beautiful weather we have, the great fishing we have, and the great shelling we have. Now, a lot of people have been asking about Tropical Storm Florence, and a little bit about what's going to happen with that, and a little bit more information on Tropical Storm Florence. So we're going to get into that real quick as well. Hopefully, Tropical Storm Florence won't cause any real damage for anybody, but unfortunately, it's looking like it could be a pretty serious weather event. Florida's not out of the woods yet. It's still very early to tell exactly where the storm's going to be making landfall. We have a high pressure system that's going to be building and strengthening in the northeast, and that could be pushing that storm further south and making it travel more westward. And if that's the case, the east coast of Florida could take a direct hit, and we could see a lot of wind and rain from this storm. But if that high pressure system isn't as strong, the storm could still curve and stay in the Atlantic. Who knows? But There's a lot of different models out there, a lot of different tracks. It's still way too early to tell. The National Hurricane Center only does a forecast 5 days in advance because of all the uncertainty past 5 days in any weather model. And I'll show you some of the weather models here real quick. One of the cool things about our website, again, is our weather links page. Under fishing trips, you can get to our weather links page, or under info, you can get to our weather links page. Either way you get to it, it's the same website. What this has is it has a bunch of the NOAA forecasts and the wind finder forecast for when you're fishing. It's got the buoys with live weather data. It's got the webcams so you can see the boats unload. You can see the jetty. These are the really cool weather modeling websites that give you up-to-date weather models on what to expect. But this is my favorite. This is the spaghettimodels.com, or Mike's weather page. This guy's awesome. He's located in Tampa. He does a really good job. He has a Facebook page as well where you can follow his reports live. But I always go to his website to check the tropical updates. This is Florence, and this is a lot of the modeling right now from the GFS. Now, a lot of the Euro models have this running more further south and making landfall from like North Carolina down south, even into Florida. The GFS model has a lot of this curve over it. So we're going to show you some of these other tracks as well. But you'll notice also, I'll pull that back up, there's two other storms behind Florence that we're still watching as well. So it's a busy start to tropical season. This is Florence, and this is the two storms that we're watching behind Florence. And then you've got another one in front of Florence. So there's a lot of stuff to watch in the tropics right now. Definitely an interesting time of year. These are some of the spaghetti model updates for Florence. And a lot of that, again, is showing a little bit of a southern run and somewhere in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. But basically what's going to happen is a high pressure builds up here to the northeast. If that high pressure is weak, it's going to allow Florence to kind of curve up and get out of the way. If that high pressure is strong, it could push Florence more to the south and maybe even make landfall in northeast Florida or Georgia. So there's still a wide area where that storm could make landfall. There's still a lot of unknowns. It's still very early. So there's no real telling as to what exactly could happen or where this thing could make landfall. There's a lot of stuff that could happen still. So wanted to show you this real quick. This is from tropicaltidbits.com. You can find this through Mike's weather page or spaghettimodels.com. But this is going to show you a weather model. This storm right here is Florence. So as we progress it through Monday, into Tuesday, into Wednesday, and then sometime Thursday late or Friday morning is when Florence is projected to make landfall. And it's going to be anywhere along this whole eastern seaboard from northeast Florida all the way up to North Carolina, Virginia area. So it all depends on this high pressure system building in behind it. If this high pressure system builds in a little bit more, it's going to be a lot more effective. Here's another model run that shows you a little bit different landfall path, which has it making landfall in South Carolina. This is the Euro model, I believe. So the different models still aren't in agreement. It's still way too early to know. But there is a significant chance that this storm could be pretty scary, to say the least. And I mean, it's still a weak system right now. It's still only a tropical storm, but it's expected to strengthen into a hurricane. Could even be a Cat 4 hurricane. I mean, they're expecting possibly 145-mile-an-hour winds at landfall, and that could even increase more. So this is going to be a pretty severe storm. Looks like sometime around 5 a.m. Thursday, anywhere to Friday morning is landfall window. But again, it's still very early. A lot of this could change. Surge is going to be a big issue if it has 145-mile-an-hour winds. Surge, wind, a lot of rain issues. If that high pressure blocks the storm and it sits there and just stalls on the coast, we could have another Harvey type situation with a lot of flooding. There's a lot of reasons to watch this storm, to say the least. So definitely want to pay attention. If you're anywhere on the eastern seaboard, keep your eyes peeled. Where we're at on the west coast of Florida, as far as a direct impact from this storm, it's very unlikely. But if this thing makes landfall somewhere along the east coast of Florida, we could see some pretty heavy effects from it. But again, still very early to tell. As we get into early next week, we'll have more of an idea of what this thing's going to do, where it's going to make landfall. And that National Hurricane Center track is, again, only 5 days out. So once we're 5 days out from this storm, we'll have a better idea. Once you're 4 days out, you have a pretty strong idea. 3 days out, it's nearly guaranteed. 2 days out, you know exactly where it's going to make landfall. So these things are unpredictable. It's a tropical system. You never know. But the fishing should be very, very good all the way through this. As these low pressure systems approach, the fish get very excited. So we're looking forward to a great week of weather, beautiful weather ahead, great fishing, and hopefully no red tide. And this red tide is off our coast, but it's not in Johns Pass. It's not on our beach. This red tide is a very small area that kind of wraps along our coast. It starts anywhere from 2 to 3 miles out, and it ends about 8 to 10 miles. So it's not very prolific. It's not very wide. It hasn't caused any large-scale fish kills in our area. It's not affecting our fishing. So red tide's not a problem. Florence doesn't look like it's going to be a problem, but we're definitely going to keep our eye on it, and we're not out of the woods yet. And the half price fishing. I mean, you get half price on a 5-hour half day, half price on our dolphin watching nature cruise and eco tour, and half price on our Shell Key ferry. But again, that is a part of our email coupon, so it's not happening yet. When that email coupon comes out later today, it'll have a lot more of that information. If you're not on our email coupon, you can wait and see it pop up on our fishing news page of our website. That was explained earlier in the video if you missed it. And if you're not on our email newsletter, if you can't find it on our website, we're going to be doing another video later to give you all the details on how you can get half price and how you can find that deal. So stay tuned. Remember, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too busy. I wanted to see if we have any questions here real quick. Jeff Weinmiller said, is the beer cruise half price? No, our free beer and wine sunset cruise is not going to be half price, Jeff Weinmiller, but I like where your head's at, man. It's 9 a.m. in the morning, and Jeff's already thinking about free beer. That's awesome. I like your style, man. Let's see if John Brooks said I could use a half price 39-hour. I could use a 39-hour too, John, but we are not doing half price on any of our specialty trips, and we never do. So our specialty trips, 12 hours or more. So 12-hour night snapper, 12-hour extreme, the 39-hour, 44-hour, 63-hour. None of those trips ever get discounted for any reason because of their specialty nature. The 10-hour all-day Nelson Styles is not half price. The reason the 10-hour is not half price is the boat's in dry dock. We're running our 10-hour all-day special trip on our hub private charter boat. So right now the 10 hours already basically half price because you're getting a private charter experience for $90. So we're running our 10-hour party boat trip on our smaller, faster private charter boat. You're already getting a great deal at the full $90 price because you're getting a private charter experience for the price of a party boat. And because we only allow up to 14 people on the trip, Nelson Styles, we're not discounting that 10-hour all day. That trip is filling up very fast. So if you want to get a chance to fish on the hub and get that private charter experience for only $90 for a 10-hour trip, definitely want to book sooner than later for your next upcoming all-day trip. And again, those special all-day trips only run until October 16th. This special half-price deal will only run until September 30th. So if you want to get some half-price fishing or half-price dolphin cruising or half-price island trip in, make sure you plan your trip before the end of December and stay tuned to that email newsletter to see how to do it and how to accomplish it. Stephen Weber said, I only follow Mike's weather page for storm coverage. I do too, Stephen. As you saw from the video, Mike's weather page is how we get a lot of our links here, and that's why we have it listed on our website as one of our trusted sources. Mike's weather page is a great source for a compilation of all the weather models, all the weather links. It's a really, really cool local guy, and he does a good job. So I agree completely, Stephen. Let's see if we have any other questions. Doesn't look like we have any other questions. Stephen Weber said, I heard reports of dead fish out of Clearwater Pass yesterday. Yes, we had a strong east breeze, so that dead fish can often spread to the west, but we have not seen any dirty water or dead fish beyond anywhere from 10 to 12 miles at most. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything other than that. We've been out there every day. This red tide, the dirty red tide water that's actually killing fish is very, very spotty, very kind of spread out, and it's anywhere from 2 to 3 miles to about 8 to 10 miles from shore. There are some sprinkled dead fish inside and outside of that line, but dead fish is not red tide. That dirty, brownish, reddish water that's killing fish, that's a whole different story. And that's very, very spotty and not super widespread, and it has not affected fishing, luckily. So thank you all for the kind words. Thank you for the comments. Hopefully you enjoy this wonderful Saturday. I'm going to get out there and get my dog a walk. He keeps growling at me. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too busy. Hopefully you get a chance to come out and enjoy some half-price fishing or half-price dolphin or half-price shell key trips. Make sure to stay tuned to that email newsletter later today to find out all that information. And we'll keep you up to date on Tropical Storm Florence, soon to become Hurricane Florence. And again, if you're on the eastern seaboard, pay attention. Florida, we're not out of the woods yet. We'll pay attention to that and see what happens here, guys. Definitely an interesting 5 to 7 days ahead of us. And we'll be keeping an eye on it. Hopefully you'll come and join us at Hubbard's Marina for some half-price fishing here this September, or hop on one of those special 10-hour all-days on the hub that won't be half-price, but you'll be getting a private charter experience for the price of a party boat until October 16th. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the weather updates, if you love half-price deals, please help me share this video, spread the word, click like if you enjoy the updates and the video, and give me one of those thumbs up if you enjoyed the quality. Hopefully the sound and the video was right. I enjoy you guys tuning in and spending your Saturday morning with us. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Craig Lar, thanks for that input there, buddy. Craig Lar said, fish every day in Clearwater, no dead fish anywhere. There you go. Stephen Weber, that answers your question. Whoever told you they saw dead fish out of Clearwater to 25 miles was full of dead fish. Because it's simply not true. The red tide is very spotty, very weak, and not widespread by any means. So thanks for the input, Craig. Nick Dorsey said, how do you get the half-price trip? Nick, that again is going to be in our email coupon. So our email newsletter goes out every week, typically on Fridays, sometimes Saturday morning if I'm a little late. And that email coupon, or that email newsletter, always has an email coupon at the bottom of it. If you miss that, you can always go to our website, hubbardsmarina.com, and click info and then fishing news, and that website will be updated after the email coupon goes out. So the email newsletter goes out sometime around 10 a.m. to noon today, around noon to 1 o'clock. The website will be updated, and then later today we're going to be doing another video, Nick Dorsey, to tell you exactly how to get those email coupons if you didn't get the newsletter and if you can't find it on our website. So we're going to give you lots of information on it, Nick. So don't worry. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon at Hubbard's Marina. Remember, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too busy. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day and a good rest of your Saturday.